It's about time America took its dunce hat off and got smart. Let's start with the airlines. That's a good beginning, because that's how I got here. You know, I flew here and I had to pay for my bag. Spirit Airlines started all that stuff where you pay for a bag, and it's kind of a way to make $1 billion extra a year for the airline industry, and they can afford to give you flights that you booked. Let's start with that, okay? First of all, I booked my flight online. I went and picked up my own food. I carried my bag and paid for it. So I put 3 people out of work. A tour guy, you know, the agency person. I put the food person out of work. And I also put somebody who's going to carry the bag out of work. So you wonder why there's unemployment? We're doing all the work, that's why. And I get on the airline. It's a wonder they don't have a pay toilet, you know, but that's coming. I shouldn't bring that up. And then on JetBlue, they got a new thing now, you know, extra leg room. You pay for extra leg room. And in the extra leg room category is the emergency exit. Now, can you imagine if you had an accident and the plane went down and you were in the emergency exit and you paid for extra leg room? Is that going to make you happy? I don't think so. You know, it's not going to make you happy if the plane goes down. But the fact of the matter is that they're charging for something where you're actually doing the work. So they've got us doing the work of everybody else, you know. And this all started, I think, a while ago with deregulation, when that wonderful Ronald Reagan had that voodoo economics, they called it. And I love what Clinton said, though. Let's not be political about this. What Clinton says, you know, it's the economy stupid. I think it's the stupid economy. We're living in a time when everybody is getting sucker punched. You know, nobody ever complains about anything because you don't think you can do anything about it. And everybody who ever did anything about social conditions and changing them is gone. They're off the radar screen. And the peacemakers like John Lennon and Kennedy and all of these guys, Martin Luther King, they all get killed. So everybody about peace gets killed. Consumer advocates get silenced or bought off. And you and I are just standing here holding our, you know what. And I'm ready right now to go to another country, but I can't find one. I was going to take that Branson plane, but the rocket blew up, you know. It's a wonder that he didn't charge us, the people who have advanced reservations, for the plane that didn't take off. This is the way it is right now. It's a Reynolds Rap.
CBS News, original reporting.
Hi, I'm Joey Reynolds, and America has got to take its dunce cap off. We're pretty ignorant about a lot of things, and there's nobody to defend us anymore. We've got to really do our own work. I think today's aggravation for me is cinnamon. Every place you go smells of cinnamon. They seem to do that after Halloween, you know, the cinnamon sticks, the cinnamon candles. They put everything on the table that's cinnamon. Cinnamon donuts. They have the cinnamon coffee. I think Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts and Tim Horton, they all got cinnamon in their coffee now. Everybody's cinnamon crazy all through the holidays. Sugar plums and cinnamon. I even went to communion in church and they had a cinnamon host. You know, it's really not fun to have this 1 cent for a couple of months. And they start earlier now too, you know, because they can't wait for the Christmas money. So we begin celebrating Christmas in July. That's when the first tree goes up. We even have a situation in New York where they put that tree up, you know, the one outside of Rockefeller Center. I'll bet they got cinnamon sticks on it. I will bet Al Roker uses cinnamon spray on his deodorant. Everybody's got this plague, the cinnamon plague. We got to get rid of it. Who is a cinnamon manufacturer anyway? Where's it coming from? Why can't it be something simple like nutmeg? Remember nutmeg? What's gotten out of the radar? I think there are certain things we don't have around anymore. Sage, rosemary, thyme. I think I'm out of time.
CBS News, original reporting.
America's got to take off its dunce cap. It's become a party hat. Speaking of parties, why do they call it a party, the Republicans and the Democrats? My idea of a party is going to Chuck E. Cheese, or maybe breaking open a piñata and watching all the rating books fall out. You know, I mean, my idea of a party is a lot different than the politicians, and the politicians are always going to be looking for office and re-election. The great thing about the marriage between politicians and our business of radio and television is that they give us a lot of money to lie to you. We love lying for them. You know, I love when at the end of the commercial, what do they say? This commercial has been endorsed by me. Like, you know, we didn't think it was by anyone else. I didn't think there was a committee that was going to actually endorse this craziness. The medical marijuana issue, that's a good one, right? I mean, you know, in New York State, you can use oil of marijuana, but you can't smoke marijuana, which defeats the purpose of what I was doing, which was getting high and getting the munchies. You couldn't do that with oil. I mean, I didn't want to rub down. I wanted to get high. That was a different kind of an experience. Now in Colorado, it's recreational. And when I was in Colorado, we had the Rocky Mountain High, well, most of us. And then we moved along with Willie Nelson in Evergreen. I don't know if you know that Willie lived in Evergreen, and in Hawaii, he smoked half his lawn. He was quite a guy. But I can't imagine Willie Nelson using oil. Well, yeah, there is. In the car, he used vegetable oil to run his automobile. This is a crazy society we're in, right? I mean, you want to rub yourself down? I want to get somebody who's going to give me a happy ending, like this is. I'm gone.
CBS News, original reporting.